Hello, my name is Susan Pai. I have been a lawyer since 1998 and I have been doing immigration law for quite a while. I have prepared this tutorial pursuant to the requests of my clients in order to assist them in utilizing a very inexpensive but highly efficient and accurate app so that they don't have to purchase an expensive scanner in order to scan the many documents that are needed for their immigration cases. The second purpose of this tutorial is to also show my clients how those scanned documents then subsequently pretty seamlessly integrate with our case management system. I'm hoping that this tutorial not only helps my clients, but perhaps other people who are also going through the immigration process, or people who are even assessing whether or not they want to purchase this scanner app that we're going to recommend. So there's no need to buy an expensive scanner. Our clients are very strongly recommended to buy TurboScan, or what it's also known as TurboScan Pro. With this simple app that you download onto your smartphone or your iPad, you can scan all of your immigration documents. This tutorial is going to show our clients how to use TurboScan and how this app works pretty seamlessly with our case management system. First of all, lay the document that you're going to scan on a flat surface. The flatter the document is, the better the scan will be. You also want to lay your document on a color contrasted background, and you'll see later why that's important for purposes of auto cropping and to reduce any need for you to do any subsequent editing of the scanned document. You want to hold your phone directly above the document. This will facilitate a very finely detailed scan and very little, if any, need to further crop the document. We also recommend that our clients utilize TurboScan's proprietary SureScan technology, which is triggered by tapping the 3x button at the bottom of the screen. This technology will take 3 separate pictures of each document that you hold your phone or tablet above. Those 3 separate photographs will be compiled into one very finely detailed rendering, which is absolutely sufficient for immigration purposes. So again, we recommend that you use the 3x button for all text documents. You need not use that for photographs, but for everything else, absolutely, please use the SureScan technology. TurboScan will auto crop your document once those 3 pictures are taken, and it will flatten out any documents that are slightly above the surface of the document on which the document is. The more the phone hovers directly over the document while taking the 3 pictures, the better your result will be. As I said before, put your document on a color contrasted surface because that will facilitate the auto cropping. In this case, you can see that the person took the picture at a slight angle, and yet TurboScan still does a very good job of auto cropping and ultimately flattening out the document. We also instruct our clients to fairly quickly send us their passport scan. That's one of the most important documents that we need, and we need it fairly early on in the case. So in order to do this, we want you to lay your passport on a flat surface. Open up your passport so that it lays on the surface as flatly as possible. Now, some people are very hesitant to bend their new passports in particular open, but you shouldn't be afraid to do that. The passports are very tough. They're not going to rip. They're not going to tear. You're not going to damage them. Just go ahead and bend it open so that it lays as flat as possible on the surface. If your passport is particularly stiff or brand new, you may need to use 2 binder clips on each side in order to keep your passport fairly flat and open. The first thing we want from your passport is a good quality scan of the biographic page. We want you to choose color as the option in TurboScan to scan all identification documents, color or photograph. Now, if you have a newer passport from certain countries, Germany is an infamous one, your face will be slightly obstructed by a hologram no matter how good or expensive a scanner you use. That will always be the case, and that's by design. It's to be expected, and that is acceptable. We want you to scan all pages of your passport. Again, you can see that the passport is not completely flat, but it is flat enough to where we're going to get a good rendering. We want you to scan the inside pages. You may scan them 2 passport pages at a time, as long as each stamp is readable. We also want you to make sure to include all blank pages of your passport. That's required by the U.S. government. As to your most recent admission to the United States, and in some cases, like for citizenship, we need all of your entry stamps for the last 5 years. But for most cases, we just need your most recent entry into the United States. For that particular admission stamp, we want you to take a very close-up, large, clear, legible scan of that most recent admission stamp so that there's no question about what it says as to where you entered, when you entered, and under what status. If there are any visas that are glued to the pages of your passport, we want you to also separately scan those as singular documents, as well as part of your passport. Now for text documents, such as joint statements, utility bills, vehicle registration, cell phone records, etc., you may use black and white. We want you to use black and white. You would only use color or photo for identification documents such as your passport, green card, employment authorization document, driver's license, and other such identification documents, including those from your own country. But otherwise, for text documents, we want you to use black and white. So after you scan this first document, in this case it's just my business card and I've chosen black and white, just hit next in order to add subsequent pages to the same PDF. After you click next, you can then scan subsequent pages to add on to the same PDF. You can also adjust the color saturation, but generally speaking, for black and white text documents, we almost always want you to choose the darkest setting. Now you can see that we have scanned 6 pages into one PDF document. We now want you to name the document with a short, simple, descriptive title. And you do that by tapping the pencil icon at the bottom of the page, of the screen. We do not want you to upload a document with any kind of randomly generated label, such as a number, or for you to upload documents, multiple documents with the same name or substantially similar names. When you do that, it quadruples the amount of administrative work that is involved in our review of the documents that you upload to our case management system. So it's very important that you do take the time to descriptively label your documents and that none of them have the same name or substantially similar name. TurboScan will automatically determine the size of the document that you scan. So in this case, I scanned a business card and it chose business card. Usually the documents are going to be US letter size, which is 8.5 by 11. In many cases, documents from Asia are A4 size, which is slightly larger than US letter size. And in other countries, for example, in African countries, we see a lot of what are almost the same as US legal size, which is 8.5 by 14. You can go ahead and scan those into our case management system as A4 or US legal, and certainly smaller is not a problem, and we will adjust the size of the file for you, so don't worry about that. Again, give your PDF a short but descriptive name. Whatever document storage system you are using, upload all of your immigration documents to the same place. So if you're using iCloud, upload them all to iCloud. Here, we're using Dropbox, and the person is uploading all of their documents to Dropbox. You do not want to email the PDFs either to yourself or to me. That is not a secure way to transmit sensitive, personally identifying documents. That is why we utilize our secure case management system, and we ask that you upload all sensitive documents, well, all documents, through our case management system. If you are my client, you have been provided with a username and password. You simply log into the case management system as instructed using your username and password, and this is the home page that you'll come to. At this page, we want you to click on Documents and Forms, which you'll see on the left side in the red box. Then you'll see a separate window open up that says Upload Documents with an icon. I want you to click on that link to begin uploading the documents that you've scanned. Now, this is where you can add 1, 2, 5, or 20 documents. So this is a great benefit of the system, is that you can add as few or as many files as you like at the same time from the same location. And again, that's why it's so important for you to upload your scans to one place so that you can then upload all of the documents from that one single place to our case management system. Once you have uploaded all of the documents, or I'm sorry, listed all of the documents, you want to hit Start. And as you can see here, I've just uploaded one document called the business card. I'll click the Start button. The document will load. Once all of the documents that you have decided to upload at this time have finished uploading to the system, you will click on the Finished button and then Close. Now you will see in the case management system all of the documents that you just uploaded will be viewable on your Documents and Forms page. You may have to refresh your browser in order to see the new documents show up, but they should all be there. Now, this is very important for our clients. Another benefit of this system, and the reason we designed it this way after so many years of experience, is because we want to have a very frequent back and forth with our clients. In this way, we don't want you to hold off uploading all of the documents until you have every single one that you think you need. First of all, because that never works. Every case is totally unique. Although other attorneys might disagree or practice in a different way, we treat every single case as a very unique and your own story. And that's important to do for a number of reasons. most importantly for provability, for credibility, for your subsequent applications, for a variety of reasons, some of which are common sense and some of which are you wouldn't think of. But in any case, this back and forth, every time you upload documents, we will review them and they will prompt us to either ask you for a clarification, for other documents related to what you've given us, or we might ask for clarification if there's anything that looks inconsistent, or if there's any missing information, or if it appears that there are gaps in a timeline. And also, very importantly, we will notify you of any red flags that arise as a result of the documents that you're sending to us. So we encourage you to frequently upload your documents as opposed to just holding off until you have a big batch of them. Because the more back and forth we have, the more we're going to get to know you and your case, and the better quality service you're going to get from us. And it's, quite frankly, easier for you to just do it a little bit at a time as opposed to just trying to do everything all at once. Now, our case management system works best from a laptop or a desktop. We do not recommend that you try to use our case management system from a mobile device like an iPhone or an iPad. We don't want you to run into any problems, and we certainly don't want you to have any failed uploads. So please avoid using your iPhone or your iPad to upload documents to our case management system, and instead just utilize our case management system from your laptop or desktop. I hope that this tutorial has helped you. I've prepared it at the request of my clients, and I'm hopeful that it will help not just my clients, but other people as well who are maybe going through the immigration process or assessing whether or not they want to use this TurboScan app. Quite frankly, I find TurboScan to be far and away the most efficient, accurate, and inexpensive way to scan and very finely render documents as required by U.S. Immigration Services. Our case management system also allows our clients to provide case documentation on their schedule when it is most convenient for them and in whatever manner works for them, either one document at a time, 5 documents, or up to 20 at a time. Each upload, as I said, provides us with very valuable insight as to the unique characteristics of each and every case. And we encourage you to make multiple downloads and to work on your case a little bit at a time, as opposed to trying to stockpile everything and do everything at once. That is more difficult for us, and it will be more difficult for you. Doing it a little bit at a time is more palatable, more manageable, and it gives us better insight as to understanding all of the nuances of your case. It also gives us the opportunity in real time to go back and forth with you and ask you for clarifications, additional information, additional documentation, or more importantly, to point out any deficiencies in the documentation, inconsistencies, and very, very importantly, any red flags. So we don't want to be at the end of the case on the eve of filing and then find out that there are gaps or inconsistencies. We'd rather find that out as the case progresses. To my clients, thank you for allowing me to assist you and your family. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I very much appreciate being given the opportunity to assist your family and you in pursuing all of your goals and dreams here in the United States. Thank you.